Hello everybody, I want to do a Giants video today, and um a couple of things changed, a few things changed since last time I did the video. I was thinking, and I think a lot of people in football were thinking, if Darnold took the Vikings far into the playoffs, that it would be feasible that maybe the Vikings would would trade, shall I say, would trade J.J. McCarthy. So I think that's off the table now because the Vikings lost really badly in the first round, and Darnold looked really bad. So I'm thinking they're probably not going to franchise tag Darnold. They're going to let him go, and he's going to be a free agent. And I really, really hope the Giants do not pick up Darnold at this point. He looked really bad in that playoff game, and I don't want to have any part of that on the Giants at this point. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing, like the two top spots in the draft are the Titans and the Browns. I think if any of those teams is going to trade out, it's going to be the Titans because they got a quarterback in the draft last year. What's his name? Will Levis. They got him in the draft last year. Most likely, maybe they want to see what they got in that quarterback before they go for another quarterback. And on the other hand, if they do go for a quarterback at number one, everyone's saying, oh, the Giants shouldn't draft the quarterback because then they can't draft, I don't know, one of the top quarterbacks next year, like Arch Manning or something. But wait, then why can the Titans draft Will Levis and then the next year draft maybe Cam Ward? Why would that be the case? And I think if I had to guess, the Browns would be taking a quarterback, but would one of them be willing to trade back? And could the Giants be an option for that as well? The Giants could be an option to trade back, and I think the trade package would have to start with the number 3 pick. That would be a good starting point, and then go from there. Maybe 2 other draft picks would be involved as well. I could see that. I wouldn't bank on it. Who I like, if the 2 top quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, not in that particular order, I'm just naming them, were already taken at 1 and 2. I like Jackson Dart, and my next quarterback would be probably Milroe, Jalen Milroe. I think those 2 guys are pretty good. Now, I would trade back probably for Milroe. Maybe, probably draft back for him if I was going to go for him. I think if you try to draft back to get Jackson Dart, he's going to be taken. He's a first-round quarterback. His draft stock is rising. I was going back and forth with this guy on... he's on Chat Sports, the guy Marshall that does the he does the podcast for the Giants, and this guy is like basically laughing at me because I'm taking the word of Mel Kiper. Is it Mel Kiper Jr. or Mel Kiper? I mean, I think Mel Kiper knows more than any of us in the on YouTube or on any message board or on Twitter. He's just a very knowledgeable guy, and to downgrade his knowledge of football, I think, is really unprofessional on anybody's part to do. To think that you know more than a guy that his job is football analysis. I think you're kidding yourself. I mean, yeah, the guy might be wrong sometimes, but everyone's wrong sometimes, you know. I'm just saying, look, if we skip on a quarterback for next year, if that's what we're doing, or get a guy in the second round, we're not getting Jackson Dart in the second round. I can almost guarantee. I would even say if we don't pick him at 3, at 4, the Raiders are picking him. Guarantee it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what I think. If we don't go for Jackson Dart at 3, I think he's going at 4. And if he doesn't go at 4, he's definitely going in the first round. And then our chances of getting him might be slim to nil. You might even see Milroe go in the first round. I'm not saying top 10 or anything, but he would definitely be a top, first round draft pick. So I would not sleep on Jackson Dart if he is the best at 3. Now, if one of the quarterbacks doesn't go in the first 2, one of the top ones, and we can go for him, that would be cool. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be making a trade for J.J. McCarthy. I think unless the Vikings are like, we don't like either quarterback we have, and maybe we can trade with the Giants or whoever, get a draft pick and get a new quarterback, start over again, start fresh. They could do that. So maybe he's still an option. I don't know. But I think it's less of a chance because the Vikings look so bad and because Darnold looks so bad that now, right now, the best quarterback, the best looking quarterback, so to speak, skills wise and potential wise, has to be J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings. So I think we either stick at 3 and get like Jackson Dart, or hope one of the top 2 falls to us. Make a trade, maybe with the Titans or the Browns, to try to get one of the top quarterbacks, or maybe go for, like everyone's saying, that Hunter guy at 3, and then get a quarterback in the second round. Another quarterback I like, and I'm probably going to be laughed by a lot of people by this, but Riley Leonard from Notre Dame, and especially if he looks really good and wins the championship, I think it will up his stock in the draft. I think that would only make him look a lot better. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but Riley Leonard is an option. Milroe is an option if we trade back. And also, but if we're at 3, if I'm the GM, I'm really, really, really tempted to just say Jackson Dart 3, get him, And another thing, if we totally say no, we're not going to get a quarterback in this draft, and we're going to wait till next year to try to get one of the top quarterbacks, it is not a definite that we're going to be in the top of the draft class to be able to get a guy like Arch Manning. I mean, that's not a definite. And I'll tell you what, I looked at Arch Manning's highlights as well, and that guy can play. He's got some game. He could throw. He's got an accurate arm, and he could run. I would say his arm strength and his arm accuracy grade out to what it looks like what Jackson Dart looks like with his arm. But I think when it comes to running, I think Arch Manning has better speed and mobility. Oh, man, that kid's got it all going on. And if you look at his highlights, they're really good. I'm gonna put both Jackson Dart's highlights, and I'm gonna put I'll put Jackson Dart's highlights, and then I'll put Arch Manning's highlights in the description of this video. So there's gonna be 2 videos in there to look at. But yeah, I would not wait till next year to get a quarterback. And if we do get a quarterback and he turns out to be a bust, why couldn't we do what the Titans are supposedly thinking about, getting a second quarterback 2 years in a row? 2 quarterbacks, one year, one the next. If the Titans could do it, why can't the Giants do it? But again, you never know what's going to happen. We could get a bridge quarterback, and he could win 6 to 7 games, maybe 8 games. We'll miss the playoffs, probably, because that's usually not a winning record with all the games you play, because they extended the season. So we missed the playoffs. We wouldn't have a top draft pick. We wouldn't even be like in the top 10 probably, with like 6 to 8 wins, and we wouldn't get our top quarterback, and we didn't get one this year. So like that's why I stress when you're on the clock at number 3, get your quarterback, whoever that might be. Get your quarterback at 3. Giants, don't fuck this up. I'm going to be really pissed if you do. Okay, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you, and have a great day.